Battle rating changes coming in October 2024. That's right. We got a little bit of BR decompression and a few changes that might be of use to you. But let me tell you, I don't have a whole lot of time right now. I'm in a hotel room and I had got to do this in one exact take. No real chance to edit it this time. So let's go ahead and get started with the BR changes here, and I'm going to quickly review them with you. We'll start with the ground vehicles, and we'll go on to the aviation and the fleet. Fleet's not much there. I'm really not going to talk about it much because, I mean, there's not that much there for one thing. But in particular, it's an area of the game that I don't spend a whole lot of time in right now. So let's go ahead and go through these real quick and kind of give you a quick summary of what's going on here. Leopard 2s of various models, including Strids, Vons, and of the types, are going from 11.7 to 12.0. That's a good change. Means they're kind of working on moving the BRs out just a little bit. Also, the T80 BVM and T90M, the M1A2 SEP V2 and SEP, the Challenger 2E, the Black Knight, the Leopard 2A6 for Sweden, the TKX, the Type 10 Leclerc, the Leclerc S2, the Leclerc S21, Leclerc Azure, and the Leopard 2A5s, 2 PSO, and 2A6. There's a lot of stuff moving to 12.0. The VT4A1, the WZ1001E LCT, the ZTZ99A, the Merkava Mark 4M, and the Ariete AMV, all moving from 11.7 to 12.0. The Merkava Mark 4M is getting a reduced reload time, as well as the Ariete AMV. Both of their reload times are dropping to 5 seconds, which should make them quite competitive at 12.0. The batch of vehicles that are moving to 11.7 is also pretty extensive here. So again, I'm going to move through it pretty quick. Leopard 2A4, Leopard 2PL, Merkava Mark 4 LIC, Merkava Mark 4B, Ariete, Ariete PSO, Centauro 120, Centauro RGO, CV90 9120, Challenger 2 2F, Challenger 2 OES, Challenger 2 TES, and the Challenger 2. The Spookston Mobile, the HSTVL, is also going up, as well as the M1A1 AIM, HC, and Clickbait. There's T72B3 and T80U of various models is moving up as well. Now, there are some additional adds to that. So we've got DM53 going on the 2PL and some reload times reduced to 5 seconds, which seems to be the sweet spot for the Merkava Mark 4, 4B, Ariete, and Ariete PSO. Also, the M1A1, HC, and Clickbait are getting the M829A2 shell added to them. So that gives them some more options that might make them just a touch more effective. Moving down the list here, we've got the Ram Sagol, Merkava Mark 3B. These are going from 11.0 to 11.3. Merkava Mark 3C, TKXP, the Type 90, the type various types, Type T80U, the AGS, which is a fun tank, and it doesn't surprise me to see it moving up a touch. IPM1, M1A1, Merkava Mark 3D for the USA, and the T80U M2. Now, out of these, so far, the ones that caught my eye are the Type 90s, which don't surprise me. They're very good, just not very good armor. The M1A1's getting some extra shells will make a big difference. And the reload times for all of these changes here, I think that's going to be kind of what really makes a difference for them. Let's go ahead and move on down to 10.7 to 11.0. That's going to be the Alcalid 1, the MBT 2000, the ZTZ 99 2 and 3, the Puma VJTF KF41, the T90A, and that's it. Now I'm just sticking with the realistic because if I went through all the arcade stuff as well, this would be a very long video. But those are going from 10.7 to 11.0. That will, again, we're decompressing the BRs just a touch. 10.3, okay, one of the ones that are getting a little bit of a benefit from this, though, is the improved chaparral. Now, understand that one is a really awful, awful vehicle, really, especially at this BR. Yes, it can launch surface-to-air missiles, but it's just vulnerable as I'll get out, large, wide open. It's just not a good vehicle overall for anything but praying that there'll be no other ground targets coming after you. So those that are moving from 10.3 to 10.7 include the Leopard 2A4, Leopard 2 PZBTL 123, the Vilcas, the Namer 30, the Ariete P, the Freccia, the Leopard 2A4 for Italy and Sweden, the Stridsvagn 121, the Christian 2, the Challenger DS, and Challenger Mark III. The Bishma TWMP and the Vickers Mark 7. I'm surprised about the Vickers Mark 7, is also moving from 10.3 to 10.7. There's one oddball in the middle there. That's the LOSAT moving from 10.3 to 10.0. But then we continue on with more 10.3 to 10.7, including the M1 Abrams, the M1 KVT, the Object 292, and the T72 M2 Moderna, and the T80B. Again, nothing I'm seeing surprising here. Everything is pretty much as I would have expected for this. 10.0 to 10.3 is including the T72 AV terms T, then the T72Bs of two different types, T80UD, 2S38. The 2S38 really should be going up higher than that, in my opinion. BMP2M, the 120S, the M1128 in both versions, the TTD, the Stridsforden 9040 Bill and 9040C, the Challenger Mark II, the CV90-105, the LVKV9040C, the Puma, the TAM2C, the ZTZ96A, and of both types, and the PT16T14 mod. Again, no surprises here. We're just decompressing the BRs just a touch. They really need to do more, but you know how that goes with it's Gaijin after all. 9.7s to 10.0s. I'm going to take a drop down and see that the other version of the improved chaparral is going from 9.3 to 9.0. Again, awful vehicle. It probably could go even lower. But moving back up, we got the ZBD04A going from 9.7 to 10.0. Leopard 2K, Radkampfwagen 90, Ruhrkat. Ooh, that's where we change again. So it's just a short list of those in 9.7 to 10.0. Again, no real surprises here. From 9.3 to 9.7 includes the Ruhrkat 105 and the VFM5. From 9.0 to 9.3, we've got the BMD4, the Ruhrkat MTDD, the Chieftain Mark 10, the OF40 MTCA, the VBC PT2, and the VCC 8060. Now, the Ruhrkat and the OF40 are both getting DM33 shells. They were pretty marginal, as I recall, from my last time playing them. Therefore, it doesn't surprise me that they would add a new shell. Bumping it up in BR at the same time seems like it's kind of a challenge there. Then we got the from 8.7 to 9.0, the PTZ 89, and from 7.7 to 8.0, the XM800T. Now, I've not been impressed by the XM800T. I'm surprised to see it move up, but maybe other people are having better luck with it than I have. Let's move over to aviation, where things get a little bit weird. We got some helicopter changes as well as aircraft changes. Now, some of these are dropping down, and this is going to make the high end of the ground vehicles and the high end of the aircraft a little bit more compatible. A J11 13.3 to 13.0, that includes the Su-27 and the F-16A for France, all dropping from 13.3 to 13.0. Then there's the Nets, the Mirage 4000, and a whole slew of F-16s that are dropping from 13.0 to 12.7. Not really surprised. That's just because the F-16, while an excellent aircraft and excellent platform, is not exactly suited to the meta of War Thunder by and large. F-14B is moving from 12.7 to 13.0. Not okay. I'm okay with it. And so F-14As, the early and the IRIAF are moving from 12.3 to 12.7. Then we got some Phantoms dropping down from 11.3 to 11.0. Good change for them. The Phantom has been well outclassed in modern War Thunder. MiG-21 BIS and the various types there moving from 11.3 to 11.0. The Saab J35XS as well, and the MiG-23Ms of various modifications as well. From 11.0 to 10.7, the F5A and the F5C. Still very good aircraft, both of them. But again, I think they're getting outclassed over in the more recent stuff. Then you've got the the Mirage 5BA France from 10.7 to 10.3, along with the F4C Phantom 2. Again, no surprise. A5C from 10.3 to 10.7. I'm kind of surprised by that. That seems like it's not exactly the best idea, but I just work around here. Then we move on to the items from 9.3 to 9.7, including the Q5L, Q5A, Su-7 BMK, and BKL. And that's it for that section there. The F3H2 is dropping from 9.3 to 9.0, and all I can say is about dang time. Q5 early going from 9.0 to 9.3, the Hunter F6 as well. Then we have the C Vixen moving from 8.7 to 9.0, and they're moving past these arcade changes here. The ME262 A1U4 going from 6.7 to 6.3. I'm not convinced this is a good idea, but it's also not exactly the best performing ME262. So go both ways on that one. We'll just have to see how that turns out. Then we go down to some more interesting changes here. These ones over here on the right are the ground BRs for these aircraft. So the Yak 9 UT is moving from 5.7 to 6.0. Totally not a surprise. The thing is amazing. The F8 F1 is moving from 5.0 to 4.7 in Air RB. That's a pretty high performance prop, even though it isn't as good as F8 F1B. That seems an awfully low BR to me. Over in ground BRs, the TISMA is going from 4.347. Absolutely deserves it. It's tremendously effective in ground RB, along with the PE8. To be honest, the PE8 could easily jump to 5.0 or 5.3 because that enormous bomb does a tremendous amount of damage. The Wyvern S4 from 4.3 to 4.7 and the Yak 9K from 4.0 to 4.3. Again, both extremely capable vehicles. No surprises there. Then we get to the helicopters, and I'm just going to quickly burn through these. Their air realistic and ground realistic BRs don't change between them for helicopters. So if we're going from 10.3 to 10.7, the A129 CBT and the G-Lynx, both good helicopters, no surprise. From 11.7 to 12.0, the AH-129, they don't have these sorted quite as neatly. And the Tiger, it had Block 2, again, no surprise. The Z9WA is going from 10.7 to 11.0. And the AH-60 for Israel is going from 11.3 and jumping 2 steps to 12.0. Seems a bit of a strong jump for that. From 10.3 to 10.7, we've got the A129 International and the Lynx AH Mark I, as well as the T129. The EC665 Tiger UHD is going from 11.7 to 12.0, along with the KA-52, and about time for the KA-52. It could go up even higher. The Z9W is going from 10.0 to 10.3. The H64 DJP is going from 11.0 to 11.3. AH Mark I Apache going from 11.7 to 12.0. The H1Z going from 11.3 to 11.7, and the Seraph as well. So apparently I'm going to do a little bit of cutting and editing, but not a whole lot here. Here's the fleet changes as well, just so you can quickly review them. I'm not going to go through them in detail because, again, this is an area I don't know well. So go ahead and just pause the video, take a look at the changes. Note that the Candid switched places with the Asheville. So should be at least a couple of interesting changes for those that are into fleet. Now back to me from before. And those are the BR changes that we are seeing coming to War Thunder this time. What do you think? My overall impression is that it's not a bad package of changes, but I can see that there's some vehicles that could absolutely stand to go up even higher, and others where I'm sitting there going, yeah, maybe not so much. Again, I do apologize for having to kind of keep my tone a little bit even today. This microphone is particularly sensitive, and even as low as I've turned it, it may in fact be overdriving the audio even as I speak. It's just going to have to go up as it is. If you have any comments about it, absolutely let me know. If you would like to see or make comments on these planned battle rating changes, I'll drop the link in the description of the video so you can drop over there and give your suggestions. Make certain that it is in the proper format for it, which is in fact listed in the comment here. It says that if you want to make a comment, one vehicle per post, mode, vehicle name, BR starting and BR change to, and your reasoning therefore. They don't want you giving a suggestion for packages of vehicles, slates of vehicles, or anything else like that. Make sure you leave your comment with one vehicle, with which mode, vehicle name, what BR from what to what, and why in the comments. And on that note, thank you very much for joining me today. It's been a while since I've even done a simple news video, but I want you to know that even while I'm away from home and for work purposes, that I do still think about you guys and want you guys to have a lot of fun over in War Thunder. You have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you on the next video.